There is a person in your life who is always busy, always working, always responding, always in a meeting, always on a call, always doing something. And yet, when you look at their life 1 year later, almost nothing has changed. Same job, same stress, same problems. And here is the part that nobody talks about. That person might be you. Busyness has become the most socially accepted form of self-deception in the modern world. We wear it like a badge. We compete with it. Someone asks how you are doing and the answer is almost always the same. Busy. So busy. Crazy busy. As if the amount of activity in your life is proof that your life is working. It is not. In fact, research shows that the most productive people in the world, the ones actually building things, creating things, changing things, work significantly fewer hours than the average person. Not because they are lazy, because they understood something that most people never will. Being busy and being productive are not the same thing. They are not even close. Let me show you how this works. In 1926, Henry Ford shocked the entire manufacturing world. He cut his workers from a 6-day week to a 5-day week. 40 hours instead of 48. Everyone told him he was insane. Competitors laughed. Economists warned him. His own advisors pushed back. Then something unexpected happened. Output went up, not down. His workers produced more in 5 days than they had in 6. Ford had discovered something that the modern world has still not fully accepted. After a certain point, more hours does not mean more results. It means worse results, made slower, with more mistakes. Ford was not being generous. He was being precise. He had studied the data and followed it, even when it made no logical sense to the people around him. But here is what is interesting. Over 100 years later, most of us still live and work like the 6-day model never failed. We pile on more hours. We stay late. We answer emails at midnight. We feel guilty for resting. And we call this dedication. It is not dedication. It is a pattern. And the pattern is making you less effective, not more. Here is why this happens. Your brain has 2 modes of operation. The first is the focused mode. This is when you are actively working, thinking, solving. It feels productive because you are doing something visible. The second mode is the diffuse mode. This is when your brain is resting, wandering, making connections in the background. It feels unproductive because you are not visibly doing anything. Here is what the science says. Your most important insights, your best ideas, your breakthrough decisions, almost none of them come from the focused mode. They come from the diffuse mode. They come in the shower, on a walk, right before you fall asleep. The problem is we have built our entire culture around the focused mode. We reward visible effort. We punish visible rest. So people stay in focused mode all day, exhausting themselves on low-level tasks, and never giving their brain the space it needs to solve the big problems. You are not being productive when you grind for 10 hours straight. You are burning fuel in the wrong gear. Now let me give you a name for what most busy people are actually doing. It is called pseudo-work. Pseudo-work looks like real work. It feels like real work. It fills your calendar and drains your energy exactly like real work. But it produces almost nothing of real value. Check your last week. Seriously, think about it. How many meetings did you sit in where a simple email would have been enough? How many emails did you write that required zero strategic thinking? How many hours did you spend organizing, preparing, planning to plan, responding to things that could have waited until tomorrow? All of that was pseudo-work. And the dangerous thing about pseudo-work is that it is self-reinforcing. The more of it you do, the more necessary it feels. Because your calendar is full, your inbox is always moving, you are always reacting to something. You feel productive. The feeling is real. The output is not. I went through a period in my own life where I was working 12 to 14 hours a day. I was the first one to open my laptop and the last one to close it. I tracked every task. I had color-coded systems and weekly reviews and a to-do list that never got shorter. And when I looked at what I had actually built after 6 months of this, it was almost nothing significant. I had maintained things. I had responded to things. I had managed things. But I had created almost nothing. I had moved almost nothing forward. I was mistaking motion for progress. They are not the same thing. There is a principle in economics called Parkinson's law. It was introduced by Cyril Northcote Parkinson in 1955, and it states one very simple thing. Work expands to fill the time available for its completion. Give yourself a week to write a report and it will take a week. Give yourself 2 days and it will take 2 days. The work does not change. The deadline changes. And the deadline determines how much time gets spent, not the actual complexity of the task. This is why students finish assignments the night before the due date. Not because they are irresponsible, because the brain is efficient. It does not work hard until the pressure is real. Now think about what this means for your daily life. If you give yourself 9 hours to do work that could be done in 3, your brain will find ways to fill those 9 hours. You will take longer on emails. You will hold longer meetings. You will refine things that did not need refining. You will manufacture complexity where none existed. And at the end of those 9 hours you will feel exhausted and tell everyone you had a brutal day. Meanwhile, the person who gave themselves 3 focused hours got the same result, had energy left for the rest of their life, and probably slept better. Busy people are often just people who never learned to set an honest deadline. But there is something deeper going on here. Something psychological that makes busyness feel necessary even when it is hurting you. In 2010, a Harvard study found that people who are busy feel more important. Busyness signals status. It says, I am in demand, I matter, people need me. In a world where many people feel uncertain about their worth, being busy is an easy shortcut to feeling significant. And companies exploit this. When a company rewards the employee who stays latest rather than the one who produces most, it is not measuring output. It is measuring performance. The performance of being a hard worker. And once people learn what behavior gets rewarded, they will produce that behavior, even if it costs the company real results. Most workplaces have accidentally trained their people to optimize for looking busy rather than being effective. And most people have accepted this trade without ever questioning it. Here is a concept that changed how I think about time. Cal Newport, a computer science professor and author, makes a distinction between 2 types of work. He calls them deep work and shallow work. Deep work is cognitively demanding. It requires your full attention. It produces real value. Writing, thinking, building, solving complex problems, creating things that did not exist before. This is the work that actually moves your life forward. Shallow work is everything else. Emails, meetings, admin, scheduling, small responses, and minor coordination tasks. It keeps things running, but it creates almost nothing new. Here is what Newport found. Most people in the modern world spend approximately 80% of their working time on shallow work, and less than 20% on deep work. That ratio is almost perfectly inverted from what it should be. The result is exactly what you see everywhere. People who are always doing something but rarely making something. Always available but rarely advancing. Constantly reactive but almost never truly creative. The most valuable work you can do requires a quiet, focused, uninterrupted mind. And the modern world is specifically designed to prevent you from having one. Every notification is an interruption. Every open office is a distraction machine. Every Slack message that says quick question is a request to abandon the deep end of your thinking and come back to the surface. And the surface is where average lives are built. So what do the people who actually achieve great things do differently? They protect their time with a ferocity that looks almost antisocial to everyone around them. Charles Darwin worked only 4 to 5 hours a day on his actual science. The rest was walking, rest, reading, and correspondence. He produced one of the most consequential ideas in human history. Maya Angelou never wrote at home. She rented a small hotel room, arrived at 6 in the morning, wrote until 2 in the afternoon, and then stopped. That was it. The rest of the day belonged to her life. Warren Buffett keeps his calendar almost completely empty. He calls it his most important asset. He spends the majority of his days reading and thinking, not responding. Not meeting, thinking. These people look lazy to the busy person. They are not lazy, they are precise. They have identified what actually produces results, and they have eliminated, as aggressively as possible, everything else. The busy person fills every hour. The effective person guards every hour. There is one more thing I want to tell you, and this is probably the hardest part to accept. For many people, busyness is not a productivity strategy. It is an avoidance strategy. When you are always doing something, you never have to sit quietly with the most important questions. Am I working on the right things? Is this the life I actually want to build? What would I do if I were not afraid? Those questions are uncomfortable. Busyness silences them. You stay so occupied with the urgent that you never face the important. The days turn into weeks, the weeks into years. And one day you look up and realize that you were so busy living the life in front of you that you never stopped to design the life you actually wanted. Seneca wrote this almost 2,000 years ago. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste so much of it. He was not talking about lazy people, he was talking about busy ones. People who confused activity with purpose and mistook exhaustion for effort. So here is what this actually means in practice. The first shift is to measure your life by output, not hours. Not how long you worked, but what you actually produced. Ask yourself every single day, what did I create, move forward, or solve today? If the answer is nothing, it does not matter how busy you felt. The second shift is to protect at least 2 to 3 hours every morning for your most important work before the world gets access to you. Before the emails, before the meetings, before the notifications. Those hours, consistently protected over months and years, are where the real results come from. The third shift is to become ruthless about what actually belongs on your to-do list. Most people's lists are a mix of things that genuinely matter and things that merely feel urgent. They are not the same. An item that feels urgent but does not move your most important goals forward is not a priority. It is a distraction wearing the costume of a task. The fourth shift is to rest without guilt, real rest, not scrolling, not half-watching something, actual disconnection. Your best thinking happens when your brain is allowed to wander. The walk you take instead of the extra hour of work is not laziness. It is often the most productive thing you will do all day. Busyness is not a virtue, it never was. It is a habit, a comfortable one because it always gives you something to point to. I was busy, I worked hard, I tried, and all of that may be completely true and completely irrelevant at the same time. The question is never how busy you were. The question is what you built. 1 year from now, nobody is going to ask how many hours you worked. Nobody is going to care how full your calendar was or how late you stayed. They are going to see what exists that did not exist before. What changed because of your effort, what you made. Stop being busy, start being effective. The difference between those two things might be the most important difference in your life. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.